Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it's time for another Sudsy recap. And today I'm doing all Vanderpump Rules. I'm so excited. I just finished watching the new episode. It was awesome. But before I get into that, today was the day that I started my. Do I have something on my teeth? No. Oh, it must be the shadow. Um, the Today was the day I started my project management boot camp, and I'm not gonna lie. Shit's difficult. It's difficult and it's a little bit rough. What the rough part for me is that there's so much in it that I cannot use at my job because these are, we're talking like huge, big projects with all kinds of crazy dependencies, and it's just like spread out over a month of time. And there's all kinds of things that really have no application to my job. But there are some things that do, but I can't worry about that because he's like, look, that's a trap, that's a trick. Don't be worried about focusing on putting this into your daily life yet. This class is about passing the test. I'm going to get you to pass that test. Then once you pass the test, then you can start to apply it to your everyday life or whatever and pick and choose what you need. But this is all about passing the test. So whenever I catch myself trying to, say, "Oh, you wouldn't use that," I'm just trying to forget, just erase that happened, because that's not necessarily the case. What is what is that? Anyways, all right. So Vanderpump Rules. So tonight, Vanderpump Rules was a good one. It's finally starting to ramp up. The thing is that as opposed to really starting off the season with a bang, they're ramping up the drama slowly but surely. I think the lighting in here is just funky. It makes it look like I've got eyeliner on. I don't have any eyeliner on at all. Maybe I'm just tired. Anyways, so but this season it starts up slow and then it comes up real good. So this was a good, and for the first time this whole season we didn't hear anything about Kristen giving Brittany cunnilingus. Actually, and I want to say this, I feel like Kristen Doty has actually not been that crazy this year. It's so far she hasn't, and Stassi actually hasn't been that much of a bitch either. Now I will say that much of a bitch. She's always a bitch. She's a bitch, but she admits it. And that's because she's pretty. She can. It's like Kate said on Below Deck. You're way too pretty. You could be a lot bitchier. It's like that's how Sauce. She knows she's pretty. She can be a bitch, right? It's okay though. Um, but who's kind of gotten. Okay, where do I begin? Okay, first of all, there's Sheena. And Sheena definitely wins the melodramatic award because she is melodramatic for sure, 100%. Whenever someone, when Katie, well, I'll get to Katie in a second, but whenever like Katie was trying to have a conversation with her, she was like hypersensitive about it. And it's like, girl, calm down. It's all good. Just relax. It's not that big of a deal, you know. But like, or all the times that something's happened, it's always had to be in relation to Sheena. Like, oh, that happened at my bachelorette party when you punched James in the face, or that happened at my, engagement party when I accidentally stepped on some glass. I mean, like, it was just like, are you kidding me for real? So that's that. And then Katie is the one I feel is really like, what's funny is that, every season it feels like there is definitely a clear cut villain, right? Now, last season, I think last season it was probably Tom Sandoval because that's the way that but it could have been Jax, but it's so easy because I'm sure Jax definitely was the first season for sure, but it's easy to make it the villain every season. But oh, actually no, it's not even Katie. The villain this season is James Kennedy. We'll get to him in a minute. So, but having said that, Katie is a little bit out of control because you know her fiance Tom Schwartz had some therapy. And I will say this, the therapist gave him some really good advice. She was like, you need to talk to Katie and say, I need to understand your rage. I need to know why you're so mad and what gets you so mad and the things that you say when you're mad. Do you mean them? And, all that shit, right? Because that's what's giving him pause about the marriage. But, of course, that's not quite how it gets implemented. See, I'm using my project manager talk. Um, he brings it up, I don't know why he is afraid of her or something, but he does not have the balls to just say, I just want to know why, you're so angry. Instead, he says, every time that you say, I don't want to marry you, or you're the worst person ever, is there a nugget of truth to that? Oh, that was the wrong thing to say because, then Katie goes off and she could not have a simple conversation with him because she was being melodramatic and jumping on everything he said. So, here's the thing though. So she got mad at Sheena for doing that exact same thing to her, and then that same episode she did the same thing to Tom Schwartz. So, I'm just saying. Just pointing that out, right? All the viewers out there, we all saw it. Anyways, so apparently at Sir, there was this chick there that's named Gigi. Obviously, she must have replaced Vale because, we haven't seen Vale in 2 seasons, but Gigi's a new hostess. Okay, great, whatever. And apparently, Gigi hooked up with James and didn't know that James had a girlfriend. First of all, I didn't know that James had a girlfriend. Apparently he's got some beauty queen girlfriend that came down and visited him. And I feel bad for her because she's really drinking the Kool-Aid in terms of believing everything that he says. And she doesn't come off as that bright. I'm just saying, she could be a hugely smart young lady, but she just, on the show, she's not coming off that smart. Anyways, so that begins a whole domino effect of Lala asking James, because so Gigi said she slept with him. She didn't know he had a girlfriend, so she didn't say anything. But then she heard that he was calling her a whore, and you cannot do. See, this is the thing. This is the thing that all straight men should understand. You can't say shit like that about women. You really can't. Right? Even though we've got a president-elect that will grab them by the pussy, you cannot say that a woman is a whore. Right? You just can't do it. You cannot do it. Especially at your place of employment. Like, HR, like, can you imagine if I said something like that about someone at my work? I would be in HR's office so fast and they would have me fired so damn quickly. I mean, like, it would be nobody's business, right? So Lisa fired him today. Thank God. It has been fucking years. She should have fired him 2 seasons ago, you know? But now she's let the monster get out of control. So now she's got to squash it. So she totally fired him. So good for her. Good for you, Lisa. Because that little shit's crazy. But it was a really good episode. So I'm definitely looking forward to next week. So tomorrow, I have been, it has been requested that I tell another tale from my past tomorrow. And I will. And I'm going to be talking Bold and Beautiful tomorrow as well. But, and about my girl Quinn. Oh, Quinn. But please feel free to follow me on Twitter at Angel Benton, hashtag Pump Rules to talk Vanderpump Rules, and you can also hashtag Bold and Beautiful to talk about Bold and Beautiful. And I will be seeing you all tomorrow. Thank you so much, everyone. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.